Through his career, Scott Cooksey has worked with leaders across North America, the Caribbean, Australia, and the Middle East, delivering workshops, keynotes, and executive coaching sessions. Whether in person or as a live virtual presenter, Cooksey offers thoughtful perspectives to audiences in a conversational style, often leaving them with practical, easy to implement concepts designed to get them in position to win. Position to win. Love that. His experience helping business professionals unleash breakaway success includes working with teams in finance, manufacturing, energy, oil and gas, aerospace, electronics, SaaS, software as a service, and organizations just like yours. Please welcome Scott Cooksey.
I want you to imagine you're at the starting line of the race of your life. You're on a bike, and in fact, let's have some fun. You're at the Tour de France, the biggest cycling event of the entire world. You've spent thousands of miles in the saddle getting ready for this event, hundreds of races that you've competed in. You've spent countless nights and days studying the course, getting ready with the strategy with your team, all to get ready for this moment. And here you are. The butterflies are absolutely going bananas in your stomach, but you can taste the competition in the air and you are ready. So the race unfolds, it starts underway, and you, along with the rest of the peloton, begin rolling out at the beginning of that race. After several miles, you settle into a cadence and a little bit of what starts to feel like what's going to be pretty normal for the next 3 weeks of your life as you work your way toward the city of Paris. After riding for a while, it's time for you to go to work. You have a mission today, and your mission is to go to the side of the road, grab a bag of food from someone standing there, come back to the group, and pass the food and water bottles out to the others on your squad. So you do just that. You've trained for this. You've done it many times over. You grab the bag, you're headed back to the group, and then suddenly you find yourself laying on the road. Your strategy for the day as you planned it, much like in business, got hit by something out of a total surprise, and now it's up to you to figure out what to do. Now, I want to take a minute and step back, and let's break down a minute about why I talk about the Tour de France, because I found that riding a bike is not that different than the way you run a business. I mean, we kind of know what to do, but let's stop and think about this, and let's put it in the context of maybe what you think of as a winner. I'm thinking of a winner that's won the Tour 7 times. Nope, not that guy, right? But I know who you're thinking about. You're thinking about that rider that won the yellow jersey 7 times. The yellow jersey represents the rider that gets from the beginning to the end of the race across all 21 stages. By the way, it's not one big race, it's 21 smaller races put together. But that rider that gets across all 21 stages with the lowest cumulative time wins the yellow jersey. And we often think that's the only way to win the Tour, but that's simply not the case. One of my favorite riders is a 7-time winner of the Tour, a guy named Peter Sagan. Sagan has won the green jersey 7 times. What's the green jersey, you ask? Well, the green jersey is there for the best sprinter. And sprinters, much like in your business or the companies and your experiences you've had in your life, where you've needed a short burst of energy to hit a short-term goal, and then you could sort of drop back with everybody else and tool along for a while until the next opportunity comes to pass. And as you hit those short-term wins, those sprints, you pick up points that accumulate, you can win the green jersey. Maybe though you're thinking about people in your organization, or maybe this is you. You're not so good on a sprint, but you're the one that seems to do the hard work, the heavy lifting. You have the grit, the determination to do the really hard stuff nobody else can do. When the most elite riders are suffering trying to get up a hill with an 8, 10, 12% grade, you are continuing to move toward the summit in a way that other riders just simply don't have the legs to do. We need those kings of the mountain in our organization too, to get us through those really difficult times, because there's something very rewarding. And I can tell you, as a 6'3" speaker that really stands nicely on a stage, I'm a big fan of the downhill. It's coming off the backside of the summit that I enjoy the most, to celebrate the fact that we got over the top first. As you look throughout organizations, we also need to be thinking about, how are we getting our up and coming talent ready? And those, my friends, are the riders that can win the white jersey. Now, we could go on about some of the other things that happen in the race, but I think you're starting to get the picture. Because so often in organizations, I hear, who is the best person on our team? We need to replicate an entire team of them. No, you don't. Because there are times when the unexpected happens, times that you need that sprinter to go forward and win, times that you need that mountain climber to just psychologically get in the mind of your competitor and let them know that you're not going to stop no matter what. So let's go back to that race for a minute, because the winner that I'm thinking about, you already know. In fact, you've already heard his story, because I put you in that story this morning. When I talked about that rider that went down in the feed zone, that was Lawson Craddock in the 2018 Tour de France. Lawson's a rider from Houston, Texas. He was riding in his first tour, much fanfare, on Team Education First. They had these bright pink jerseys that year. It was really fantastic. Everybody wanted to see how Lawson was going to do. His dream was just to finish all 21 stages so that he could ride up and down the Champs-Élysées on that last day of the tour and celebrate a race completed. That was all he needed to do. In fact, his role on the team was not to win anything. He played the role of a domestique, a rider who's there to help other riders play out their strategy. If you have a mechanical problem and the team car can't get there with a replacement, you take their bike. You need to get food, you send Lawson back to the car to get more food or water bottles and bring it back to you, so you can maintain a steady pace that allows you to continue on your own race. It takes the entire squad. Lawson, when he went to go get that food bag, was coming back to the group, hit a water bottle that had bounced off of a competitor's bicycle, and the rest was history. He hit the tarmac going full speed, broke his collarbone and the orbital socket around his eye. And his dream went from finish the race to, is he going to finish today? In fact, he did finish that first day. And then he came back the second day. And then it came out that he said, you know what, every day that I come out to ride again, I'm going to put $100 in a fund that is going to raise money for the track that I learned how to ride as a kid. Because he knew he needed something to motivate him, to keep him centered, that he could focus on while he tried, everyone around him was trying to help him heal and get better so that he could continue to serve the team. And the team rallied around that effort to just help Lawson get through the race. So he came back in day 2, day 3, day 5, day 12. He just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. And in the process, he won over the hearts and minds of the fans, of his fellow riders on his squad, of his sponsors. Because you see, the goal of a cycling team is not necessarily to win every single day, but to put that team name, and the team name, by the way, is your biggest sponsor, on the podium every day to give them the exposure. That's winning. We want to put you in position to win. Lawson won everybody over to a place that others decided they were going to put some money in the bucket with him. So they opened a digital fund on GoFundMe. And by the end of the race, Lawson had raised 6 figures worth of cash that he was able to donate back to the track where he won as a kid. I can't tell you what's going to happen in your business, but I can tell you this. You don't want only one kind of rider on your squad. You need mechanics, you need a team chef, you need medical staff, you need everybody that can help you put it all together. Because what you're looking for is breakaway success. And what you need is a strategy that will keep you in position to win.
Scott, thanks so much. Really appreciate that. I love the analogy of winning with the Tour de France.